is happening? A huge kraken is about to show up on the island. As you can see, a bunch of these energy beams will surround Demon's domain. You can see this purple energy beam, and that is going to be the first phase. Now, as you can see, these energy beams are actually being produced by these giant spires. You can see the sparks flying out as these spires are generating this huge amount of energy. We know this is a huge amount of energy because Daigo has tried many times trying to open this portal into the sky, but it would not sustain. It would just disappear after a while. Even this piece of the Death Star, which crash landed on a portal. We all know that the Death Star has a lot of energy. This created the portal long enough to bring features and locations like Demon's Domain, Daigo to this island, bunch of spires, but it wasn't powerful enough to sustain the portal again. Because you can see in this trailer the portal opening straight after the crash of this piece of the Death Star. Even managed to give people on the island superpowers, but it wasn't powerful enough for the Dark Presence to get to this island. Now that the Dark Presence and Daigo knows this, that they have been trying ever since the start of this season generate more energy. And you can see Daigo's body is glowing because this energy that Daigo is trying to generate is increasing as well. And this time around, the Dark Presence and Daigo is not going to let anyone stop them. So they summon more giant spires. And it looks like these spires generate energy by sucking life from the island itself. You can see surrounding areas of this spire is dead and barren. And we think that these energy beams will hit this portal. And you can see all of these spires can be visible from the portal. Now, for the second phase of this live event, we are going to see these purple lightning bolts and also these purple smoke around this area as well. Now, these purple lightning bolts and the smoke is actually produced by this dark presence, as you can see right over here. Now, this isn't the very first time we've actually seen these purple lightning bolts created by a giant monster. Before that, guys, please leave a like, subscribe, and use my code SMJM if you like Fortnite storyline. Now, for the phase 2 of this event, we are going to see giant lightning bolts around this area, and these are actually created by this dark presence that is going to be here very soon. We've actually seen similar lightning bolts and smoke when the Storm King arrived on the island back in chapter 2, and also not so long ago in Lego Fortnite. Because this dark presence is not just attacking this BR island, he's actually planning to attack the entire Fortnite galaxy, from Lego Fortnite Battle Royale to OG Fortnite. That's right, weird things are actually taking place on the OG Fortnite island as we speak. These mysterious red rifts are showing up at different locations. I'm gonna explain what is happening in just a little bit, but let's go back to our Kraken live event. Now, our next phase is going to be destruction. This is basically making space for this giant Kraken to arrive on the island. As you can see, it looks like a Demon's Domain is going to be completely obliterated. Maybe because the size of this Kraken is going to be so huge, entire location is going to be destroyed. If you look at this loading screen, it makes a lot of sense. Now you can see everyone in this loading screen looking shocked at something that has just arrived on this Fortnite island. I mean, even Superman, the Man of Steel himself, looks scared. They're obviously looking at this Kraken arriving on the island. You can see the same beam of energy that was hovering over Demon's Domain shoots right into the portal under this location, activating a giant gate, probably connected to the spirit realm, so that this creature creature can get to this island. And if you're wondering how is this giant creature bigger than the entire Demon's Domain building fit through this tiny portal? Because you see, this is not a portal. I mean, it doesn't even look like a portal. This is actually a device that is used by Daigo to spawn a giant portal. If you're wondering where is this portal going to be, it is actually going to be almost the entire area of Demon's Domain. Because if you look at this teaser right over here, this is basically the very end part of this trailer. If you look at this Demon's Domain area, you will see this huge red glow covering Demon's Domain. Now, this looks like a giant rift that has opened over Demon's Domain. I mean, this isn't the very first red portal we have seen this week. Remember, over OG Fortnite Island, there is this giant red portal. And if you look carefully, this portal is stretched to these 4 locations. And at these locations, you can find these giant spires. Now, this makes a lot of sense because it looks like these huge spires are actually sucking the energy out of the island. You can see this area being completely barren and dead. And they're using this power to keep this portal open. And it's not just one, there's actually 4 of them as well keeping this portal open. Because like I mentioned earlier, they have tried to open this portal many times, but it has failed. Now let's look at the final part of this trailer. The arrival of this evil creature, giant kraken. Now you can see this monster is extremely big. In fact, it is so big that his whole body cannot even fit in this trailer. What you see is literally just one tentacle. Thing is, even though everyone is surprised to see this kraken, Hope already predicted its arrival because she literally created this art right over here. You can see this tentacle. You can tell this is obviously a kraken's tentacle. Now this actually proves the rumor that Hope has the ability to see the future through her art. And even though she predicted the arrival of the Wanderer, the Pandora's box, still people were saying that this was a fluke. But now that we know that this kraken is going to be here, Hope's prediction has come true again. Okay, now let's look at the kraken. You can see this giant tentacle, and also it looks like it's got multiple eyeballs on the tentacle as well. Now you might be wondering, why is this kraken showing up from this portal? Because we all thought the dark presence was going to be the one. The reason for this is because I think the dark presence is in fact this kraken. And no, this is not his actual form. It looks like the dark presence might be a shapeshifter. Like it can turn into this puppeteer demon and corrupt people like Daigo and Night Rose. And it can also turn into this giant kraken monster. Because remember when Jade was saved from the spirit realm by Daigo, she mentioned a very important information a lot of people forgot or didn't take notice because everyone focused on the part where she said the dark presence has the 0 point, completely missed the first part. Now what exactly did she say? Now she said that while she was inside of the spirit realm, she did not see any kind of creature. She just felt this dark presence. Maybe the reason why she did not see this creature is because it does not have a shape. What if this dark presence is in fact the shapeless man? Now the shapeless man was explained to us all the way back in chapter 4 by this person called Stallon. He said that the shapeless man is trying to get to the island and has ordered Stallon to create this portal gate. She does, but something goes wrong. It explodes. There is a giant portal in the sky instead. And just like the one in OG Fortnite, the one that is going to show up over Demon's Domain, this portal is red as well. The thing is, because all of these rifts are actually connected to this evil world known as the spirit realm, the shapeless man is in fact a dark presence who has the ability to shapeshift. And it looks like Fortnite are trying to connect Battle Royale, OG Fortnite, and Lego Fortnite storyline. That rocket event that took place in OG is just part 1 because we're starting to see rifts, red rifts appear on the OG Fortnite island. People have been waiting for this Kraken event for almost 7 years, and it has finally arrived in Fortnite, and I think this is going to be one of the biggest events we have ever seen in the history of Fortnite. So hit the like button. I'm sure they're going to release more teaser trailer for this event, and I will be here to explain everything. And also don't forget to subscribe and use my code SMJM. Peace out.